Welcome to the NFL. Let's go! Let's go!
Welcome in. Week 11 is here. Boys and girls, we're ready for the ride. We have a snooze fest on the TV here to the right between Miami and Washington. Quite a downfall for that Miami offense coming off the high of, nuking my Bills. That was a lot of fun, right? Either way, we are here to talk about Week 11, start, sit questions. Normal housekeeping, pretty plain and simple. Go sign up for ftnfantasy.com. That's first and foremost, right? Top tier rankings for myself, Tyler Oginski, Jeff Radcliffe, and more. Really good group over there. Definitely can get into the Discord as well if you sign up. DVOA, Stats Hub, you name it. We've got it over at FTN Fantasy. So let's get that out of the way. Drop in, hop on that train, join us along for the ride as we get close to the end. Dynasty season's coming. Tons of stuff coming out there. Next, first and foremost, either drop the questions in here on the stream on X and or YouTube if that is where you are watching. I will pull the questions up on the screen, answer them as we go. Last but not least is obviously as well, we have a start sit thread rolling here from myself on my Twitter at PopesFFH. Also drop the questions in there. I will not be able to pull those ones up, but I will obviously answer them live, receive the question. Pretty straightforward. Simple, right? All right. Rather keep our eye on the 11:30 window as well for the inactives. Some great stuff. My boy Keon Coleman probably sitting. Missed that one in the offseason. Definitely thought that was coming. But, now we get Josh Palmer instead. Lots of fun, right? Either way, enough of the pity party. Let's roll here. Jake Miller hopping in right at 11:01. What's up, Jake? Judkins versus Baltimore. Yes. I see your second question down here with Chase Brown. I'm leaning to the Chase Brown. Good spot against Pittsburgh. We saw him just a few weeks ago kind of go off-ish against these Pittsburgh offense, or Pittsburgh defense. So I'm in on Chase Brown. Judkins, a little game script dependent. I do like the spot for him this week, have him as a top 20 guy, but unless he scores a touchdown, we've kind of seen where he's a little hard to really receive that blow. He's kind of in that Breece Hall territory at the moment. The offense isn't overly great. Two good runners, but unless they find the end zone, they're not the greatest fantasy option for us at the moment. So I'll go with Chase Brown there for you, Jake. Hobby, what's up? Good morning. It's going. It's going, Hobby. It is going. All right. Can't complain. I'm here. Bidwan, Troy Franklin versus KC's defense, or Tej Johnson in Buffalo's bad weather. So it's not uber bad. It is a little windy. I am actually here in Buffalo, so that's where I can tell you. I don't hate Tez. Troy Franklin. Issue with Franklin is getting a ton of targets. They're not really becoming much of anything. I'm still huge behind Troy Franklin. I'm hoping for more as the season progresses and this volume continues. But he's probably due for 40. It's last few weeks is like 30, 40 yards, even though he's like 8 targets. And if he scores, he's really valuable. If he doesn't, So with Casey, I do probably lean to Tez. I know the weather's not great. A little bit of a short yardage. Maybe he's playing in the slot a little bit more. So I'll probably go Tej Johnson. I think the Bills game's a little bit of a high scoring-ish type of game. So I'm going to lean to Tez a little bit there, Bidwan, over Troy Franklin. But Ben, what's up? Yeah, okay. So the X thread, in case you're wondering here, Ben can equally agree. It's always a little behind. Starts to get flooded with some questions. Obviously, in the morning, still got some stuff to do in life before I hop on here. So sometimes it gets a little behind. So Ben, I have not gotten to where you asked maybe. I know you asked a question. I remember answering that. But I'm taking Knox over the rest of this group here. Again, I think the Bills game is still fairly high scoring. I think the Bills are going to want out and kind of prove a little bit of like, hey, we just got smacked in the mouth by Miami. We know, but we're still here at the top of the AFC. We see this typically with this team. The offense needs help, needs pass catchers. As much as I love Josh Palmer, and as much as we want to boast up Gabe Davis, let's be honest, it's going to run through probably Dawson Knox, likely scores. That's where I'm at amongst this group. Musgrave, maybe he's going to be pretty heavily involved. We saw it last week a little bit there from that Green Bay offense. Jonnu Smith, always a wild card. Brock Wright, not great. Evan Ingram, it's all right, but it's Kansas City. So I just really think out of this group, Knox probably scores, probably catches 3 balls for 40 yards, could be higher than that. So that's where I'm at, Ben. That's kind of why I lean to Dawson Knox over the rest of them. That's a rough one there, Hobby. Best of luck. Send the prayers out. All right. Gil, good morning. What's up, sir? No problem, Ben. Yeah. It's easier for me to do if you're watching and you've asked a question in the X thread. It's easier to verbalize why in these scenarios. Typing it out's not always the easiest. So that's why I usually suggest the stream for as many people as possible, because a little bit easier to voice it out here. Sean Tucker has Johnson, can drop Tucker for Lockett. So as a second quarter, Tucker probably will be 1 or 2 week rental or Lockett rest of the season. So Trey Tucker's intriguing. He was really fun in the beginning of the season, but he kind of filled in for what they do with Brock Bowers a little bit. Still going to see some targets, obviously, with no Jacoby Myers there, but I don't think that he's as great. I think Tyler Lockett's going to replace it just because of familiarity with Geno Smith seemed a little safer there. So I prefer Lockett to Tucker as far as the that looks, unless you're talking about Sean Tucker, which you could be because you asked about Sean Tucker earlier in the question. But either way, even also Sean Tucker, once Bucky Irving's here, and no care, no more. But for today, I would probably go Tez. I think Rachaad White gets the first look there. Again, I know he hasn't been overly efficient, but White probably sees a little bit more work, probably more of a passing script for Tampa Bay. So I lean to Tez there than Sean Tucker. Lockett, Algier, or I'm thinking you mean Algier or Lockett. I would say Tyler Lockett today over Algier. Hobby, pick 2 out of Dowdell, Vidal, and Marks. It's a tough one. It's going to be Dowdell and Vidal are the first 2 for me. Marks is close. I like the spot for him, but I'll take the first 2 in Dowdell and Vidal. Jake, I will take Jamison Williams. I am not on DK this week. I'm not loving that spot for him. James Everly, good morning. Half PPR, couple of decisions. Knicks or Dredge waivers, Mills, Penix. Honestly, I like Davis Mills a little bit, not going to lie. But I mean, you could play Bo Nix. I mixed Nix and Mills ranked really near each other. I don't see a big difference. Nix, I guess you have the more pedigree, better offense, maybe, arguably. So I would probably just stay Nix. Don't bother messing with the waiver situation. And then flex, pick one of Walker, Tez, Parker, Golden. I will take Parker Washington as far as your flex there goes, James. And then I will take Goddison over Theo Johnson, James. Morning, David. How's it going? All righty. Those are questions that are on YouTube. Let's roll back to the start sit thread and kind of get this caught back up as best we can. Child, please, Pickens or Higgins. I will go with Pickens. I like the spot. Obviously, Dallas versus Vegas, could get out of hand a little early, or Higgins might be in a little bit more of a passing script. Kind of back-to-back for both of those, but I lean to George Pickens just a touch. Heaton kicks Bowers or Gaddison. Yeah, it's Brock Bowers. Don't care. I know he had a bad week here or there, and he was out for a bit, but now that he's back, just don't complicate it. It's Brock Bowers. BJ, please, Tez Johnson or RJ Harvey. I will go with RJ Harvey there. It's a tough matchup against Kansas City, but with no J.K. Dobbins in the picture, it's clear runway for RJ Harvey. He should have enough volume to offset the poor matchup. Nick, Khalil Shakir, or Ricky Pearsall. I will go with Shakir today. Again, kind of a shorter target. They did mention, someone else already mentioned, a little bit of wind in Buffalo. It's not uberly bad, but I'm in case they decide to go that route. I still think Shakir becomes one of the main primary targets in that passing attack. Mello have to pick 3, half PPR, Marks, Vidal, Ferguson, Otten, Addison. That is a tough one. But that is Marks, Vidal, and Ferguson. Oh, Devo Samuel catching a football. What is up with that? Michael Hansen, Judkins, Marks, or Vidal. Ooh, that's a tough one as well. I feel like there's a lot. I've had a lot of Judkins, Marks, and Vidal questions. So I've had a lot of them this morning. David, Flex, Watson, DeMercado, Bam, Charbonnet, Myers, and Pitts. Kyle Pitts. Like to spot for him against Carolina today. 100%. Hobby, Bowers or Gaddison. Just mentioned it there, Hobby. It's Bowers. You can't not plug him in at this point in time. Gaddison's fun. I have a couple spots where he just sits on my bench. Grabbed him as waivers, but he just can't find a way to get him in. You know, spots where I have Bowers or McBride or somebody of that extent, and it's not so easy to get him into the lineup, sadly. James, would you prefer Swift or Purcell rest of the season? Might try trading for Purcell and see if I can nab BTJ for the bench. Thinking offer Swift and a wide receiver. I mean, I'm fine with Swift, honestly. I mean, depending on what it costs, I mean, I'm okay going to Purcell if you really want to make that move. But I would probably be okay with DeAndre Swift. Oh, and Deebo Samuel gets in the end zone. Wow. All right. Let's see here. Courtney's got a lineup question with a picture. Jackson, Robinson, Gaddison, DJ Moore. Loveland Mananga. No. Bum, bum, bum. Gil, you're all right. I understood what you're talking about. Figured it out. Hobby, Justin Herbert or Rodgers. I would go Justin Herbert. I have Justin Herbert aggressively ranked today. Jaguars been giving up a lot to wide receivers and quarterbacks. So, I mean, on it there. Gil, Loveland, or Pollard. I'll go Colston, Loveland. Pollard's outside of scoring a touchdown, very unappealing at the moment. I think Tajay Spears is kind of working in and probably taking some of that role over. So I'm going to ride with Colston, Loveland there. A box of rain, Franklin or Paracel. I will go Troy Franklin there. Sean Tucker or Tajay Spears. I will go Spears there. And Tet over Addison. Let's see here. Help me with a big win last week. Good stuff, Kirk. Let's hope we'll do it again this week. Need 2 out of the flex choices below. Quentin Johnson, Harvey, Kamani Vidal, Parker Washington, Ken Walker. So we will go Vidal and Washington. There. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully. Ethan Vidal or Metcalf. I will go with Kamani Vidal. Oh. Tattoo Girl, Tez Tet or Franklin for flex, half PPR. Okay. I will go with Tet McMillan. Not the best matchup against Atlanta, but they're going to have to throw. Is my guess there in Carolina. Troy Franklin, talked about him a little bit earlier there. See some volume. Really, he's only putting into that 30 to 40 yard territory of production. Unless he scores, don't love it. Maybe he scores against KC, obviously, as a secondary receiver. Could be a good spot. We do get Mims back a little bit. So decent spot, but these guys are really ranked right near each other for me, TA girl. But I will lean to Tet a little bit there. Ravens or Falcons, I will go with the Ravens against Cleveland, their hobby. Oh, Gil, honestly, I saw him score and I immediately thought, oh, wow, look at that. Sometimes I'm right. That was I literally saw him score and I thought exactly of you, Gil. I was like, no way. It's a good spot. Good spot. Honestly, not going to lie. You're welcome, TA2 girl. Let's see here. Sus on X Watson, Keenan Flowers, or Tucker. I will go with Zay Flowers. Still like the spot for him against Cleveland. Ben has Parker Washington or Christian Watson, and I will go Parker Washington. Jets, Chase Brown, Rashad White, Kamani Vidal. That one is Chase Brown. J Money, Tet or Gaddison in half PPR. I would go Gaddison there. Let's see here. Keith Rogers, need one Manungai, Algier, or Bam. We will go Manungai. JBB, which one in PPR league? Washington, Sutton, or Shakir? I will go Washington. Need one PPR, Charbs, K9, or Tracy. I will go Tyrone Tracy. Tet or ETN in flex. That one would be ETN for Jacoby. On X, David, one flex, Walker, Bam, DeMarcado, Wilson, Pitts, Singletary, Tucker. Whew. Okay. Still like Kyle Pitts up against Carolina. Give up a lot to tight ends. Think that could be a sneaky shootout type of game there. So I'll go with Kyle Pitts. Wash need two flex. Trey Tucker, Jordan Addison, Chase Brown. So I will go Brown and Addison. And then Jordan Love or Bo Nix would be Jordan Love. I really need Jordan Love to have a big game. I'm just saying. Personally, I need this. Okay. I just do. That's all. I still can't believe Deebo Samuel scored a touchdown. Hasn't happened in forever. Parker Washington or Cortland Sutton for Laura. I will go Parker Washington. Colin DK or Jawan Jennings. I'll go DK there. Not super in on DK, but I can ride it out there. La on X, PPR League, Nico Pickens, Genty, White, Judkins, Parasol, Pitts, Franklin, Addison. Whew. Pick 5. Okay. So yeah, that's a list. So we got Nico, Pickens, and the top 2. Genty's got to be in there. That's 3. White would be 4. 5. I would probably go Judkins. Whew, that was a list. Shraggy Y, what's up? Parker Washington, DeMarcado, Singletary, Tez, Lockett, Shaheed. Pick 1. I will go with Parker Washington. Like the role for him, decently targeted. I know it's not like the best spot for him, but that's kind of where I would be at there. Shraggy Y. I think it's a good spot. I think he scores. Kind of a little better matchup than Houston last week, so I'm in on it. David, I would go Justin Herbert. Only one person ranked ahead of him for me, and that's Josh Allen. So I like the spot for Herbert today against Jacksonville. I really do. Hopefully I'm right. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Shane, good morning. Full PPR, play 2. Michael Wilson, Tet, Caleb, Sutton, or Dak. Okay. Shane? Okay. So play 2 of Michael Wilson, Tet, and Sutton, which would be Tet and Michael Wilson. I would take Dak over Caleb Williams, and then I would take Aaron Jones over Woody Marks, although I like both. But I do lean to Aaron Jones. Gil, Pollard, Charbonnet, Lockett, Shaheed. Need 2. Probably go Charbonnet and Tyler Lockett. There. I think it's worth a bench spot, I guess, depending on everything's a little relative, obviously. Like you said there at the end, but I don't think it's necessarily a flash in the pan. We've kind of seen him have a significant enough role to be rostered in this passing attack. So I would probably, I mean, there's some people out there that just don't deserve to be on there anymore in a lot of spots. So I don't think so. I think he's worth it, at least just to kind of hold for a sec, see what we get. Always can drop him. He's an easy drop. That's the way I look at it. He's a decent shot. See what we get again this week. If we get nothing and he vanishes for this week and next week, just drop him. Simple, James. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a guy that's got a ton of name value where you're going to feel like you got to hold on to him. So I'm fine with that. Avi Fields, Otten, Watson, Bam Knight, or Ridley. I would go Otten there. Let's see here. Yuri Santana, half PPR flex, Quentin Johnson, Gaddison, White, or Jennings. I will go with White there. DeMercado or Sean Tucker. I will go with DeMercado. Stacey Walsh, need 2, White, Sutton, Odunze, and Flowers. White and Odunze for me. What type of pass was that? Looks like it fell out of his hand. Joel V. Zay Flowers or Devontae Smith would be Devontae Smith. Almost. Could have used that Jalen Waddle touchdown. Mir Patel on X. 1 flex. Worthy, Walker Monangai, or Theo Johnson. I will go with, if I could type, Monangai for you there. Bam, I'm basically for prevention Jefferson for JMO this week. Big underdog going against Mahomes. CMC, Jason, other receivers are a good T. Let's see here. Noah Kagan on X, Kamani, or Jennings. I will go with Vidal. Noah. BH, Love, Rogers, or Brissett. I will go with Love. Chicago, Atlanta, or Minnesota for defense would be Atlanta. Franklin, Montgomery, Andrews, and Lockett at flex. I would go Franklin. Need 2 Harvey, Judkins, Marks, Chase Brown. So Brown and Marks. Theo Johnson or Watson also had Ridley, so let's throw his hat in there. Kind of not in totally on Ridley today. First week back, Houston defense, might be all right, but yeah. I will probably go Theo Johnson. We'll ride that Jameson Williams ride, right? I think that's probably where I'm at, Gil. Sure, David. Why not? Why not? We can answer some good old trade questions. Justin Gilbert, Tucker, or DK. I'll go DK there. Kelsey or Gaddison. I would go Gaddison then. There. Jake Barron, Addison, Tez, Flowers. Need 3. Sit Addison. Bullfrog, Pickleball, Tez Johnson, Parker Washington. I will go with Washington. Dun, 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 dun. Peter, Caleb, or Dak. I will go with Dak. There for you, Peter. Dun, 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 dun. Donna Post, Dak, or Flacco. I will go with Dak. Max Rosenberg, Stafford, or Mahomes. I will go with Stafford. Let's see here. Should I start Parker Washington, Purcell, or Wilson? I would go Washington. Greg Campa, touchdown only league, Stafford or Dak? I'll go Dak. 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 2 flex. Trade away London, Tet, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kittle to get Bijan, Rome, McBride. There's are now JT, Bijan, Jacobs, Eesh. CD, Jason, Rome, sheesh. Trey, Addison, Marks. Yeah, I don't mind it. Hopefully Bijan becomes the first overall pick, like we all had. And then you'll be riding clear there, David. JT and Bijan. Oof. If I like it, David. I think it was arguably a win. I think it's pretty fair both directions, probably. But Steven, what's up? Genty, Derrick Henry, Genty, ETN, Chase Brown. Okay, so Genty, Derrick Henry, ETN, Chase Brown, pick 3. So Chase Brown, Derrick Henry, and Ashton Genty, Steven would be my 3 for you. A-Fan, Jones, RJ, Addison, Judkins, which to Jones and Judkins. Chase Brown, DK Metcalf would be Chase Brown for Graveman, 58 on X. Juan Balladares on X. Marks or Judkins. I still lean to Judkins by the smallest of margins. Juan. Savini, Addison, or Sutton. I'll go Addison, and then Gaddiston or Otten would be Gaddiston. Let's see here. Stephen Bailey, DK Metcalf, Romo Dunze, or Romeo Dubs. Fill 2 wider spots. Wide receivers. So it would be Dubs and Dunze. Christopher Robinson, Bo Nix, or JJ McCarthy. We will go JJ, and then Trey Tucker and Ricky Pearsall will be Pearsall. JD, DeMercado, or Algier would be DeMercado. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Urban Lab, pick 2. White, Gaddison, or DK would be White and Gadsden. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Stop saying true freshman. Think Bowers will be good against Dallas. Still improving. Geno sucking. Yeah. No. Yes. He will be A-okay. Yeah, I'm not worried. It'll happen. Geno will be fine. They'll get the ball to Bowers. I don't think Dallas is going to be overly crazy there. Dave Cunningham, Judkins, or Vidal. I lead to Vidal. I like both. Both kind of tough matchups. Honestly, Judkins' matchup's a little bit easier as far as the face value of running back versus defense goes. But I like the offense a little bit better in Vidal, so that's probably where I'm going to ride is with Vidal. I do think that we do get a Judkins touchdown today, hopefully. Selfish plug of hoping to speak it into existence because, I could use some Judkins touchdowns, that's for sure, in many, many places. So Bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum. Whoop, 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 whoop. Let's see here. Okay. Where were we trying to catch back up here? Kai, start Devontae Smith or Romo Dunze would be Devonta Smith there. I'm not where I was. Backing up to some of the later questions. Please hold for me. Please listen to this elevator music. No, we ain't going that crazy. Football heritage, Addison or Vidal will be Vidal in the flex spot there for you. Mo, Woody Marks or Harvey would be Woody Marks there. Philadelphia. It's a good one. That's pretty interesting. Do I start Tet or Tez Johnson? Do I start Woody Marks or Vidal? I'll say Tez and Vidal. My concern with Woody, everybody, is just like the game script a little bit. I know that Marks had a huge working share last week. However, we also saw that game be a little bit from behind for most of the game, which is kind of what I think. I think they kind of are going to roll that route moving forward. Marks is probably the first guy in, depending on how the game goes. Either it's going to be more Marks or it's going to be more Nick Chubb. This game feels like more of a Nick Chubb game in the second half. You'll still see Marks get some touchdowns, but I don't know. I'm a little bit out. I think Vidal a little bit more lead role, closer game, more important touches for him than it would be for Woody Marks. But gambling corner, I have King Henry penciled in, but matchup worries me. Would you start any of RJ Harvey, Woody Vidal, or JMO over him? No. Also, can I trust Pitts or do I roll thought? Go Pitts. I don't get the love for K. Dotton today. I really don't. I just don't. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe if you're arguing the play from behind type of role, limited pass catching options for Baker. But the Bills are really good against tight ends this year. And now they're going into a game where Buffalo really wants to probably try to step on their throat the best they can. So for me, I just am fairly out on K. Dotton, but he's ranked pretty high over at FTN if that matters to you. Jeff and Tyler, who are higher in the fantasy consensus rankings, have him high. I guess. Choose your pick. You want to side with me or them? No. Either way, don't care. I'm not gonna judge you. I get it. Yeah, I've been watching. I don't know exactly where we're at here, but it does not feel like he has 100 yards and a touchdown, David. I had him ranked as the second running back, so here we go. Steven, sorry, should have been Judkins, Henry, Genty, Etienne, or Chase Brown. Judkins. Judkins doesn't. Well, wait, no. Yeah, still doesn't change it. Chase Brown, Genty, Derrick Henry. Judkins and Etienne would be like a close battle for me, Steven. Those two, but those two are also farther behind than Genty, Brown, and Henry. The three that I have chosen are borderline top 12 options for me at running back today, Steven. So, they're not risky. It's the Raiders, let's be honest, James. But I like the Bill. There's actually got some pretty good options there. I kind of like the Bills. I think that I think they're gonna try to open up a can of whoop a double asterisk stars because we can't swear on here. It's a family show, James. But either way, I like the Bills. If you really wanted to pivot, feel like they're gonna probably have a pretty good day today. T.Y. Tet or Michael Wilson. I will go with Tet McMillan there. Chris Petrello, start two of Vidal, Addison, or Harvey. I will go with Kamani Vidal and RJ Harvey. Go with the two running backs. Like it a lot. I did not see. I saw him laying on the ground. David. It's off to the right. I'd have to like stare like this, and you guys would never see my very ugly face, right? No. Yeah, just I didn't see it. I saw him laying on the ground. I saw him get hurt. It's probably bad-ish, but I can't speak to it, David. I can't. Joey Walker, start two of Vidal, Addison, or Harvey. Feels like I just answered this question. That's really weird. Weird. Same question. Strange. Vidal and Harvey for me, Joey. Puda Mike, good morning. Jeremy, what is up, Mike? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Nita Flex. Oh, Dunze, Tet, and Aaron Jones. I'm gonna go with Jones. He's been money since he's been back. He's the clear guy there. This game's likely an AFC North battle of two defenses who want to give up lots of points. So I'm going to go with Aaron Jones there. Like that spot for him definitely could be I have him ranked outside the top 12, but easily I can see a world and a path where he gets to the top 12 today. So I'm in on Aaron Jones. Courtney, what's up? McCarthy or Mahomes? I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes. No, it's a tough matchup against Denver. McCarthy's isn't uber easy either. They're honestly ranked really close for me. Both top 12 guys. I don't think you can go wrong if you're leaning either direction, Courtney. But I do lean Mahomes by the slightest chin hair that I have. Katie, what's up? Katie, start one, Brissett, Nix, or Lawrence. I will go with Lawrence. I don't want to just okay. So yeah, I do have Lawrence kind of buried. I would probably go with Nix. Don't love the matchup against Chiefs, obviously. It is in Denver, so that could be a plus for Bo Nix. I'm gonna go Bo Nix by the slightest chin hair, much like Mahomes for Courtney just a minute ago. Lawrence, I don't really have a ton of interest in against the Chargers, and it could be decent, but don't love it. Brissett without Marvin Harrison is a little concerning. Obviously, still has Trey McBride. But I lean Nix. I'm a little higher on everybody else than Nix. Nix and Brissett are quarterback 18 and quarterback 19 for me, so not a ton of investment in them for me as far as rankings go. So probably lean just touch by touch, like I said, would be Bo Nix. Put Mike, one more, Baker or Williams. I'm gonna go Caleb Williams there. Again, I think Chicago, Minnesota could be a fun game today, so I'm going to go with that. Katie, you are welcome. M. Harris on X, Pickens, AJ Brown, Woody, Vidal. That is Pickens. The fall of AJ Brown. Oof, rough times there. Rough times. Dun, dun, dun. Cryptos. That's a fun one too. Parker or Sutton would be Parker. Some of the names people come up with for their handles are just we're gonna say significantly fun. Will, what do you whoa. Classic Twitter Twitch. Please hold for me while I close some things here. There we go. Will. Woody Marks, Harvey or Flowers bench one. Ooh. I'll go with Flowers. Not super sold on Say Flowers today. Clet F3. Dubes or Tucker would be Romeo Dubes for me. Let's see here. Sean Haggerty, Caleb Williams, or Jordan Love would be Caleb Williams. Need one running back, one flex for Kirk. Dubes, Sutton, White, Kareem Hunt, Jones. So I will go Jones and White. What are we at? 11:40. Ooh, that means the inactive list is out. We gotta get to that. We gotta get to that, folks. We gotta do there. Which of these three guys this week for receiver for flex? Odunze, Devontae Adams, Swift, Jamison Williams, AJ Brown, McConkey, Judkins. Holy cannolis. Okay. So Adams is a must start. And then flex, you're looking at Odunze, Swift, Williams, Brown, McConkey, and Judkins. I would go with McConkey. Vandervet vibes, White or Harvey. I'm going Rashad White. Let's see here. Julian David, Tucker, or Pitts. Would be Pitts. Trying to catch up for everybody. Chad, Pollard, Bam, or Fannin would be Fannin. Mike Purcell, Tet Addison would be Purcell and Tet. Gerardo, good morning. Good morning. 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. We've got AJ Brown, Pickens, Purcell, Ibuka, QJ, and Kittle. So Pickens and Ibuka for sure. Flex would be Kittle. Let's go Caleb, Nix, or Rogers. Would be Caleb. Colt 45, pick 1, Shakir, Purcell, Franklin, Washington. I will go with Parker, Washington. David, defense, special teams, Bills, Bears, Eagles, Cardinals, Cowboys. Bills sold me last week, and I lost by 3. Well, I mean, let's be honest, David. Okay. That game was an outlier. All right. I also was in on the Bills last week. They should have absolutely throttled the Dolphins, and we all saw how that went. So I don't think this is one of those cases of the thing that people like to throw around that says the process was right, the results were wrong. But this one was one of those cases. If you really don't want to go with the Bills, I am cool with the probably the Chargers would maybe be my other play there, David. George 2, play 2, half PPR. Tyrone Tracy, AJ Brown, Rashad White, Z Flowers. Rashad White is the first for me. And then I'd probably go AJ Brown. I feel like it's a coin flip between AJ Brown and Zay Flowers for me, George. Really close rank together. Both have been meh type of assets. Both have super high ceilings. So I lean to Zay Flowers. I like to match up against Cleveland a little better. I know the weather's not supposed to be super great there. So if you want to go to AJ Brown, I'm cool with it. So probably White and AJ Brown if you want to avoid the weather. I do think Zay Flowers might have a little bit better day than AJ Brown, though. Mimo Gutierrez, what's up, sir? Full PPR, Watson, Jacoby, Myers, or Jaden Higgins. I will go with Christian Watson. Not sold on Jaden Higgins yet. Could have the opportunity, but really feel like that's kind of just a luck of the draw on who scores the touchdown behind Nico Collins there. Jacoby Myers, don't think he's still going to be acclimated to the offense enough. So I'm going to go with Christian Watson. Let's see here. Drake or Purcell. I will go with Drake. Let's see here, actually. Oh, look, Keon Coleman, inactive. Ooh, Elijah Moore. Interesting. Poor Keon. All right. Carolina, nothing exciting. Chicago, nothing exciting. Cincinnati, Samaje Perine, Drake Hendricks. Let's see here. Braxton Berrios, CJ Stroud, Brian Thomas Jr., inactive for the Jaguars. Not ideal. Okay. No Darius Slayton. Kind of saw that one coming. Dun, 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 dun. No Chris Godwin, no Bucky Irving. Okay, nothing overly exciting. No Brian Thomas Jr., no Keon Coleman, two that we kind of anticipated to be coming down the pipeline. Flex one, Drake London seems to be a little nicked today, so do I roll with him or pivot to Kyle Pitts or Keon Coleman? Keon Coleman is not playing because he is bad. Nah, not gonna say he's bad, but it's not clicking for Keon Coleman right this second. So they are going to sit him. So I would just roll with London. Kyle Pitts is intriguing to me, but I think London, he'll be fine. I think I'm not too worried. Billy, Parker Washington, Sutton, or Judy would be Parker Washington for me, Billy. And then flex Judkins, Vidal, or any of the receivers above. I would go with Vidal. So Parker Washington and Vidal. Harvey or Rashad White for George would be Rashad White. Definitely in on that. I like the spot against the Bills. I think he scores. Has some PPR type nice pass catching upside there as well for White today. Harvey probably does too, but I lean to Rashad White. Mike, Schultz, or Ferguson. I will go with Ferguson. I do like Dalton Schultz, but I still lean to Ferguson. Upside's a little higher, I think, for Ferguson. Kern, Marks, or Flowers. I will go with Woody Marks. Flex spot, full PPR, Tet, Judkins, or Odunze. I will go with Judkins. Max P, Addison, Quentin Johnson, or Jawan Jennings would be QJ. Adam Putnam on X, 2 out of Parker Washington, Pitts, Tracy Wilson. Washington and Pitts for me. Nikki Smokes on X, Algier or Tucker. I will go with Algier. Oh, David, here comes. Oh, did they take him out? Who is that? That's Ollie Gordon. And Ollie Gordon poaches the touchdown. Trey Tucker or Romeo Dubs for Casameni would be Romeo Dubs. Jake Hollow, Franklin, or Woody Marks would be Woody Marks for me. Barra, Henry, Chase Brown, and Buka, Judkins, pick 2. Oh, wow. So Brown and Buka. It's a good lineup right there. Anthony, pick 1. K9, Parker Washington, or Wilson. I will go with Washington. Everything is way behind here. What is going on? Why did it just open like 8 windows? I don't know if you guys are actively on Twitter, probably because you're watching me right now. But it is shot as of late. Chad Dynasty, my internet probably doesn't help either. It's also been wonky lately. Consider Sutton for Washington. No, Washington. Ball out, Jacoby Brissett or Bo Nix. I will go with Nix there. Let's see here. Danny Machado, if this loads. Broncos or Rams defense. I will go with the Rams against Seattle. Muck the Fets. Sutton, Jacoby Myers, or Algier. Ooh. I'll probably go Sutton there. And we'll go Algier. I think Algier will probably poach Bijan's touchdowns, much like Ollie Gordon just did to Devon Achane. Yeah, I'm in on Harvey going forward, David. Yeah. No J.K. Dobbins and nothing behind them. Tyler Beatty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. Yeah. I think RJ Harvey's gonna win some people some serious money this year. Running back 2 by committee. Pick the starter, Tyler Algier in positive game script, Kyle Monangai, or Tajay Spears. I'll go with Tyler Algier. I think he's poaching the Bijan touchdowns right now, and had back-to-back weeks of pretty good usage as well. A little surprising to me. Like, I don't get why they're just not giving it to Bijan, but I'm not an NFL coach, I guess, for a reason, right? Because what do I know? No. But yeah, Tyler Algier for me, Chris. DJ Swift or Jones. I would go with Jones. Alex Purdy or JJ. I will go with JJ Sutton, Michael Wilson or Algier. I'll actually go with Michael Wilson in that scenario. JD need one wide receiver, one flex. Sutton, Quentin Johnson, Vidal, Parcell. So Vidal and QJ. I thought I answered that question. Twitter's telling me no. Adams Odunze. Adams. Dan Cormer, Rogers or Williams. I will go with Williams at quarterback. Okay, why are some of these showing I didn't answer these? Good old X. Toby Maguire. Need two running backs. Rashad White, Judkins, or Harvey. I would go White and Judkins. Dynasty Football Addict. DJ Moore or David Njoku would be DJ Moore. Dre, Henry, or Judkins. I would go with Henry. Jeremy Villanova on X Pick Tuesday. Franklin, Michael Wilson, Addison, or Judy. So Franklin and Addison. Oh boy, that's not good. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Javier, Keenan Allen, or Tez Johnson. I will go Tez there. Tucker J. Come on, computer. Kareem Hunt, Tez Johnson, Jawan Jennings. Pick 2 would be Tez and Hunt. Let's see here. Javier Alcantara, Charbs or Singletary. I will go with Charbonnet there. Let's see here. Tony Pollard, Spears, or Calvin Austin. I will go with Spears. Lean Judy has better matchup with game script, although Washington should get a ton of volume. Vidal has a better game script, but Ravens terrible against running backs this season. What do the Ravens have to do with Kamani Vidal? Oh, whoa, where are we at here, Billy? A little lost. Oh, okay. Yes, the Ravens have been bad against running backs. I go to Vidal. Yeah, like you said, better game script. I lean that way as well. Yeah, Judy could be a better game script play against Baltimore. My concern is physically getting the football to him with the pass rush in Baltimore. So Judy's a tough one for me this week. I agree with you, Billy. Like, the game script screams he should be involved, but I still am a little leery just based on quarterback play, etc. Washington, as much as Trevor Lawrence we like to hate on by many of us in the world at the moment, I think is a little bit of a better option than Dylan Gabriel. And right now, the secondary for the Chargers, I think it's just going to be kind of a little bit of an easier game for Washington to see the volume and probably have a better offense behind him than Cleveland does. That's all. That's kind of where I'm at with that. Danielle, Rashad White, or Tez Johnson. It's not that much, no. Daniel, I am literally half a mile from the stadium, and no, It's not that much snow. But I would go Rachaad White still. Not because of the wind and snow. It is windy. I can hear it right out the window right here. But still, we'll go with Rachaad White. Yeah, he was moving there. I'll take that. Stephen London or Ibuka. I would love to have this situation. Classic that, right? Not really. Those are tough ones. I'd rather have like Ibuka and that's it. It is what it is, you know. You start the good one, and that's all you got to do, and not less to worry about, right? I always say that. It's always one of my mantras, I guess we could call it, for fantasy football. Don't make your decisions harder. Make it easy for you. Because it's always about plugging that button and hitting start, you know? And sometimes if you have too good of a roster, sounds weird, right? But it does. Makes it hard. Will, Parker, Washington, Michael Wilson, Quentin Johnson. I will go with Washington. I'll actually go with Quentin Johnson there. I feel like that's a coin flip. I really like Quentin Johnson today. High volume last week. I think he scores again this week against Jacksonville. So pick 2, please. Parcells, Sutton, and Franklin. I will go with Parcells and Franklin. DJ Moore or Jaden Higgins. I will go with DJ Moore. Sports Ball, Gale, Tez, Woody, Ricky Pearsall for flex spot. I will go with Woody. Whatever, 2 flex spots, need 2. Parker, Washington, Watson, Judkins, Ken Walker. So Washington and Judkins. And then wide receivers need 1, having Rice starting. Washington or Addison would be Washington. Let's see here. Travis Etienne or Troy Franklin. Ooh, it's a fun one. I will go with Travis Etienne there, J-Con. Let's see here. Any changes? Looking at the lineup, we got Wandell in the flex, Judkins. White over Wandell. Juan S. Gallo, Addison, or Keenan Allen. I will go with Jordan Addison. Bryce Young or Michael Penix. Yikes. Yikes wagon you, Justin. Bryce Young, though. Joel Gomez. We have Flacco or Brissett. That one is Joe Flacco. Fannin, Knox, or Freiermuth. We talked about Knox earlier, Joel. He's getting in the end zone, I'm telling you. It's happening today. QJ, Michael Wilson, or Jaden Higgins. Wilson or Higgins if QJ sits. He is not going to sit. He will play. Cook, Dowdell, Brown. Ooh. I will sit Brown. Flacco or Caleb Williams. That was a list, Joel. It made me work hard there. Where are we at? Daniel, you're welcome. David, why the Bucks still starting White? Whoa. All right. No shots. Trade, okay? Yes. Rachaad White's been very inefficient through his career. I actually wrote this up in the Start Sit article. He is slightly inefficient at times, but he still does good things. Pass catcher, stuff like that. Trey Tucker also, or not Trey, Sean Tucker also is not as good as, he's a little more explosive. That's about it. Has some vision issues. Also is a terrible pass catcher as far as the NFL standard goes. So I wouldn't, it's not as clear cut as you think. White is a little bit more built for the NFL than Trey Tucker is. A little bit better back. It's not, I know the inefficiency hasn't been there, but that's not all on Rachaad White either. So David, I'm just saying. Now you're pounding the table for Rachaad White, but he's a little better than most people want to give him credit for. Not sure if you got this on X. I may have Mike. Not really sure. I'm trying to catch back up. Way behind today. Schultz or Ferguson. I would go with Ferguson. I like Dalton Schultz today. Aggressively have him ranked, but still lean to Ferguson there in that matchup. C3 trades. What's up? Khalil Shakir or Rashad White? I'm going with Rashad White. I think that Shakir is probably involved, but I don't know how many touchdowns will be scored today. I think Knox probably gets one of them. I think James Cook's going to have a pretty big day. And so I'm going to go with White there for Tampa Bay. Shane Roach, Tet Sutton, or Michael Wilson. Oh, you're good, Shane. No worries. Mistakes happen. This is what we teach my toddler, right? Just joking. They do happen. But I make them all the time. I see it today. Tet Sutton or Michael Wilson. I'll go with Tet McMillan. I don't mind Michael Wilson if you got to lean either direction, Shane, but Tet's my highest ranked of that group there. Ben, 2 flexes, half PPR. Tyler, trying to pick 1 wide receiver and 1 running back from the following: T-Mac or Shaheed, Algier, David Montgomery, Sean Tucker. So David Montgomery is the running back, and then T-Mac is the wide receiver, Ben. Pretty simple for me on those ones. Rolo, T. Higgins, or Smitty. I'm going with Higgins. Ranked very close to each other, honestly. So, but I lean to Higgins. I think we've seen it against Pittsburgh. I'm in on it. I like to go with things that I've seen in the past a bit. So, you're welcome, Ben. Dun, 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 dun. Sloppy Gray, no fear of Browns' low team total and Ravens jumping ahead. It's great. Judkins out. Oh, what are we even talking about? Oh. Okay. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to get back. Trav Tracy, Mason Manungai. Manungai. Let's see here. Nina 91. Oh, what just happened? Let's see here. Nina 916. Tet or Tez would be Tet. Liam Knox or Pitts would be Pitts when this loads. It's not going to load. Nino, what's up, Nino? Need 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Tex, Jacoby, Algier, Harvey, Hunt. So Tez, because that's what I'm guessing what that's supposed to be. Tez, Harvey, and Hunt for me, Nino. Tez, Harvey, and Hunt. Brian, Monty versus the Eagles. Tez, who would you start? I will go with Monty. Let's see here. Lucas Pontes, Allen, or DeMercado. I will go with Allen. Tim Coop, Vidal, Harvey, JMO, who sits? JMO. Parcell or Sean Tucker would be Parcell. Let's see here. Steelers Revolution, receive Rice, Judkins, Brown, and Nico Collins. Start sit. I don't know how many you need. So we're just going to say Rice. James V, Trey Tucker, or Ted. This one's Tez. Higgins or Vidal for Julie. I will go with Higgins. Whoa, what was that upstairs? We getting robbed? This was the original plan, but it's so hard to not play RJ after all this time. Oh, yeah, I get you. I get you. But patience, a fan, patience. You've been patient long enough, right? That's what he's saying. He's like, I'm plugging them in. Flacco or Purdy for fantasy base is a Purdy. London or Rice for Finto would be Rice. Bum, 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 bum. We're getting there. Mark Andrews or DJ Moore. Ooh, intriguing. You're testing me here, Hank. We're going to go with Andrews, though. G-Man, Swift, or Woody Marks. We'll go with Marks there. Let's see here. Ethan, Woody Marks, Jameson Williams, or Tet. That would be Marks as well. Mauricio, League One, Jawan, White, McMillan, Trey Tucker. For flex would be White. Trey Tucker, Jawan, or White would be White. Spears or Hunt for Jay. I will go with Spears. Russ Gerberhard, Schultz or Gaddison would be Gaddison. Ooh, these questions are far back. How are we feeling about Jacoby Myers? A little bit. Little bit of an uptick. Still think he's probably not learned enough about this offense a ton. I think Parker Washington, Diami Brown, those guys are going to see most of the work. I think Jacoby Myers, again, sees a little bit, not a significant enough to be like must start, pound the table for him. I think that stuff will be coming down the stretch, though, for Jacoby Myers. So patient skill. Oh, Bills, Cowboys, 49ers for Survivor. Yeah, I'd go Cowboys. I think the Bills win today, but I would go with the Cowboys. Zona, Parker Washington, or Greg Dortch. I haven't had too many Greg Dortch questions today, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Whoa, what is going on here? Yay! Computer breaking in the middle of the stream. There we go. Parker Washington. Oh my God. My phone is yelling at me over here. Yeah, 1208. Bengals, Bros, Monty, or Wandell. I will go with Wandell there. Eli, QJ, or Tet. I will go with QJ. Oh, Mahomes or McCarthy. I will go with Mahomes. Otten or Fannin. I will go with Fannin. Let's see here. JT need 2. Franklin, Watson, Allen, Judy. So we'll go Franklin and Judy. Stafford or Nix. I will go with Stafford. DeMercado or Wilson. I will go with Wilson. Pick one start for each position. Ferguson or Gaddison. I will go with Fergie. Michael Wilson, Tez Johnson, Greg Dortch. I will go with Dortch. Kaz, Judkins, or Odunze. I will go with Judkins. Sutton or T-Mac. I will go with Tet for KG Presents. Gaddison or Hunt for Bud Handsome. Bud Handsome, are you handsome? Handsome. Oh, he deleted it. Bud. Smart dude. I don't mind it. Well, the Bills, I don't know if you could trust the Bills ever anymore. Unless they turn it around here somehow, some way. Sorry. A little better there, Dave. Just because, you know the story. Dun, 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 dun. Daniel Garcia, Henry, RJ Harvey, or Woody Marks. Gotta start our boy Derrick Henry. Daniel, come on, can't give up just yet. C note, Chase Brown, ETN Harvey would be Brown and ETN. Adams or Jacoby Myers would be Devontae Adams. Michael, what you thinking, silly man? Jay, Aaron Jones or Woody Marks would be Jones. Oh my goodness. Computer. Bum. Yeah, no problem, Mike. That's what I'm here for. That's what I sit here and talk to y'all about. One more for Dynasty. Always need Dynasty, Mike. Dynasty. It's the key. Got like 20 plus too many leagues. Need 2 for my flex. Adams, London, Tucker, Wandell. And I'm thinking that's Devontae Adams, Mike. So I'm going to go Devontae and Drake London for you. Jorge, flex between Addison, Theo Johnson, and Shaheed. I will go with Theo Johnson. He's going to get that Jameis Winston bump. Sabu, Sutton, or Watson. I will go with Watson. Sean Gunnard, Watson, or DJ Moore. I will go with Watson. Shane Boogie, good morning. Wilson or Tet. I will go with Tet. Caleb or Dak. I will go with Dak. Aaron Jones or Woody Marks would be Aaron Jones. Shane. Let's see here. Lamont Bell, Odunze, or Henry. I will go with Henry. If this works. Come on. Ruben Ragos, Etienne, or Marks. I will go with Marks. Jimmy 8, Loveland or Muth. I will go with Loveland there. Alessandro, JJ, or Sam Darnold. I will go with JJ. Derek, Rome, or AJ. I will go Rome. It's a lot of the same names, initials in there. Odunze or Wandell Robinson for GB. We will go with Odunze there. Colin, Vidal, or Marks would be Vidal. Dubes or Michael Wilson would be Dubes. Seahawks or Rams would be the Rams for me. Dun, 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 dun. Gaddiston or Quentin Johnson. I will go Gaddiston there for Mike. Holy cannolis. Joel Delgado, Sutton, Franklin, Washington would be Washington. Juju Lorette, Tez, Troy Franklin, or Washington would be Washington. I feel like I've had the same question like 900 times today. Someone please verify that for me because whatever. Hey, Rachel, what's up? I didn't. Saw you dropped it in here earlier, but I figured you would come back, and I figured I'd wait for you. It is Joe Flacco over Baker Mayfield, really close, but I lead to Flacco against Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be a little bit of shootout, lots of fun there for that game, much like we saw a few weeks ago. So, Rachel, Joe Flacco, I promise. Lock it, guarantee. We all know that doesn't help, but one more. Adams and London. Mike, sorry. Must have missed it. I went over it. Got too fast for you, but Adams and London for me there, Mike. David, appreciate you. And good luck to everybody as well, David. I like it. Appreciate it. Good luck to you. Have fun. Enjoy your Sunday. Ricky or Dallas and Flex. I will go with Goddard. Jono, Andrews or Loveland. What is going on? This poor guy's gonna be all confused. Andrews. Flex spot, Tet or Dallas Goddard would be Goddard. Running back, Tracy Singletary. Yeah, we're gonna go Tracy there. Addison or Myers. See here, Kyron or Aaron Jones. Matchup says Aaron, but how do you say Kyron? Pickens or London would be London, and then Ferguson or Loveland would be Ferguson. Go Canes, Knight, or Chubb. I will go with Chubb. Talked about it a little bit earlier on the show. I think that Nick Chubb, we could have the reverse effect there with Mike, London, and Adams. Those are the guys for me, no matter what. Okay? London, Adams. If I could answer in the chat. Oh, maybe I can, actually. Can I? Oh, I can. I think. But Mike, London, and Adams for me. Todd, Zay Flowers, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Parcell. I would go with Flowers. Wonder Bread, Hunt, or White would be White. I think I added some extra letters in there. Standard Flex, Rice, Nico, or Judkins would be Rice. Tet, McMillan, or Gadsden would be Tet for me. Aiden, Tet, or Shakir would be Shakir. Damian Washington or Shakir would be Shakir. Oh, you're good, Mike. Yeah. Okay. Mike, I'm glad because it's killing me. It's skipping all over the place. It's an absolute disaster. X is all over the place. I mean, also since they changed the chat thing with the DMs, basically, disaster. I don't know where anything is. White and Shakir here between White, Shakir, and Addison for Drew. Bajan FC, pick 2, Goddison, Fergie, QJ, Purcell. I will go with Fergie and QJ. Abuka or Collins. I will go with Collins. Spears or Trey Tucker. I will go with Spears. Christopher Hinojosa, Dubes, Purcell, or Watson would be Dubes. Amanda, QJ, or Judy. I will go with QJ. Mike, Smith, T. Higgins, or QJ. Would be Smith and T. Higgins. Mayfield or Rogers for deliveries would be Rogers. Oh my goodness. Devon Achane, so close, but so far away. Nathan Millerberg, Parker Washington, or Jawan Jennings would be Washington. Rick, flex play, Otten, Tucker, or Wilson. I will go with Wilson. Tucker or DeMercado would be DeMercado for me. He is the answer to all. Gil, Baker, or Gino Baker. Still like him today. A little more than the consensus, but yes, I am staying with Baker. Tom Wingard, White, or ETN. I will go with White. Woody or Vidal would be Kamani Vidal, like the spot for him. Team 1 here for Mang, Marks, Vidal, Addison, McConkey, Charbonnet, Johnson. So that would be McConkey. Also, Brissett or Mayfield would be Mayfield. In 2, I just ran a flex. Team 2. Oh, so McConkey, Tez, Marks, Vidal, Addison. Marks, Addison. Okay, let me figure that one out. Stuffed them at the goal line. Dang. Harvey or David Montgomery for Robert on X would be Harvey. Beneff, Devontae Adams, Smith, or Odunze would be Adams. Okay. What is going on? All right. Let's see here. Because Baker over Gino, I have both Abuka and Tez starting in that league. Do you still see both players viable? Yeah. I mean, Tez would be the only one I'd consider starting anybody over Gil. Who else you got? I guess. Big question mark. Oscar, what's up? Harvey or Trey Tucker? Harvey. 100% Oscar. Don't even have to think twice. Don't even have to take the pause. Yeah, start RJ Harvey. Gibble, Vidal, Andrews, or Harvey. Harvey and Vidal. Ian, JMO, or why is it going to share? Someone explain to me. Someone needs to fix Twitter or X. That's it. I'm just done. I'm done. I hate it. It's so annoying. It's over. And again, what is it doing? Frustrating people. That's what it is. Now it's somewhere else. I don't even know where I am right now. Holy cow. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we're going to do this really quick. We're going to go ahead and we're going to close that. We'll go back in, so please pause for me. Temporary timeouts. Kevin, hi. 2 questions. What's up, Kev? Pitts or Andrews? Kyle Pitts. Like the spot against Carolina. Likely going to be a little bit of a shootout, so I'm in on Kyle Pitts today. Hunt, Vidal, Swift, Chase Brown, non-PPR, pick 3. Chase Brown for sure. Swift and Vidal would be the other 2. So Vidal, Swift, Chase Brown for you, Kevin, on the pick 3. And the tight end question is Kyle Pitts over Mark Andrews. So we got Gil, you got Myers, Loveland, Charbs, Watson are other options. I would probably play Christian Watson over Tez. It's a lot of Buccaneers. So I'd probably go with Baker and Ibuka and then start Christian Watson just for a little bit of variety. There you go. That's all. You're welcome, Kev. Okay. So now let's see if going out and back in helps us a little bit here because we got to scroll back a bit here. Okay. Dubes, Hunt, or DeMercado would be Dubes. It seems to be working a little better. Let's see here. Higgins or Vidal. Higgins. Flacco or Mayfield. I will go with Flacco there for Cole. 6-point passing touchdowns. Fannin or Schultz. We'll go Schultz. And Purdy or Rodgers. I will go with Purdy. She's a Purdy. Steve McQueen, Keenan Allen, Judkins, Addison, or McMillan. Choose one. Judkins. Flex, Vidal, Henry, or Judkins. I will go with Henry. Algier or Pollard for Big Louie. I will go Algier. Dante Galvin, Purdy, Rodgers, or Stafford. I will go Stafford. Loveland, Sutton, Franklin, or Dubes. Need 2. Would be Dubes and Franklin. Luke, Pitts, or Kelsey. I will go with Pitts. KVO5, 2 flex plays at receiver Wandell, Sutton, Shakir, Worthy, Jalen Warren, Harvey. So Warren and Harvey. Well, D, need a flex, PPR, Jones Sr., T-Mac, Vidal, D. Mercado. Yeah, we're starting Aaron Jones. Ferguson or Loveland. Sorry, everybody. I am trying to sort through what questions have been answered and what have not. So don't mind me if I'm just staring at the screen for a second. So pick 2 running backs. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So Dowdell and Chase Brown are the top 2 here for me, Kevin. What's up, MSK? Start 2, Odunze, Pickens, Henry, or Judkins. So I would go Pickens and Henry would be my 2 there for you, MSK. Gil, I'm going with Harold Fannin over Colston Loveland. Okay. No idea how to set this lineup. Let's see here. So we got Warren Jacobs in JSN, London, T. Higgins, Javonte Williams. Seems pretty good. I see he's got to get Ashton Genty in there, though. So, yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Oh, and Chase Brown. Oh, he's got some good. Wow. Lots of good running backs. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I think we're catching. Lakers fan, Harvey or Vidal. I would go with Vidal. Yes, MSK. I would definitely play Derrick Henry over Odunze. Vidal over Swift, Kevin. And then Tracy over Monangai Gill. Okay, we are closing in here on the 12:30 hour. And so, unfortunately, that means my time with you is concluded. Been a pleasure. Kevin, you are very welcome. MSK, you are very welcome as well. I will be answering the questions as much as I can up to the 1:00 window on Twitter. Okay. Feel free to toss those questions in over there on the Start Sit thread or probably Start Sit thread. It's probably the best spot to find it at my Twitter at PopesFFH. Until then, make sure you check out at ftnfantasy.com. Obviously, great website. Love it. Does lots of fun things. Stats Hub, etc. You sign up, you get access to Discord. You can ask some of these questions prior to today. So if you play Dynasty, we got tons of Dynasty stuff coming out, rookie stuff, etc. Check it all out as well. Toss me a follow at Popes FFH as well, if you'd like. And yeah, until then, we'll see you next week. Yeah, take care. But before we get out of here, George dropped this in here. George, hopefully you're still here. Rashad White, we're going with it. Rashad White all day, packing it in, George. All right. Everybody take care. Good luck. Till next week.